to kick us off, it is a huge pleasure for me, and this is always one of the sort of highlights actually for these events, is that I get a chance to talk to some of the stars of the show, the ones on the racetrack, the personalities and characters that make this sport so appealing to so many people and bring new people into the sport. To that end, we have two very special guests who are going to join me now on the stage for a conversation about their own journeys within the sport, coming from very different directions as well. So, ladies and gentlemen, would you give a very warm welcome, please, to Kenichiro Joe Fuji and to Delphine Santiago. Thank you, Delphine. Okay?
Yep.
I think it's fair to say we have two very well-storied characters here, famous in their fields and with very well-told stories as well. Joe's story comes with his accompaniment here very vividly for all of us, and I actually want to start with that, Joe, if we can.
Yes.
Just to put everyone in the picture, we have a short video which outlines your journey to here. So let's just show the video to start, if we could. Thank you.
Senga. これから頑張りますので応援のほどよろしくお願いします。
Important thing is to stay positive. We keep in touch. Good luck to.
Please keep trying. Never give up. Ganbatte.
また一緒に馬に乗れるのを楽しみにしてます。頑張れ。
Joe, bossy, mate, love your stuff. Keep up the good work, mate. You've got a big heart. All the boys here in Australia absolutely love you, mate.
If anyone can get better, you will get better. I wish you all the best.
Keep up the great effort. I wish we could do more to help you out, but we're sending you love and we're thinking of you.
In racing, we think the world of you, Joe. Look after yourself, and I'll keep.
Hi, Fuji, it's Frankie. This is a message for get well soon, keep fighting, and hopefully we get to see you.
良くなったらもう十分です。本当に頑張ってください。あなたたち待ってます。僕たちあなたのこと待ってますよ。一緒にまだ乗りたい。頑張ろう。Ciao.
Talking about you, we think about you, and hopefully you are fine.
you take us through the race?
The horse is in really good order. He began well enough.
Thank you. Look, we've just been pretty lucky with the horses.
Joe, I think it's fair to say it's a tough watch for us.
Thank you.
I mean, obviously a lot tougher for you, even though you smile through that, you carry on smiling and looking forward now. But it's all come, of course, from the sport that you love, that you adore. And I want to start from an earlier stage and a bright beginning for you. What drew you, what brought you into racing in the first place?
Yeah, actually my parents are not involved in horse racing, so I didn't have a horse background. But I can remember when I was a kid, I was watching King Yutaka Take. He's still a legend now. He looked really good on the horse, winning so many races in Japan, overseas. So he was my hero. So that's how I got into racing, by watching him winning all the races. And when I reached 15 years old, of course, being a Japanese, I wanted to become a jockey in JRA, but unfortunately, I was only 1 kg heavier than what they required to go into the racing academy. So, but I didn't want to give up being a jockey. I found a racing school in Australia. I asked my mom and dad, would that be okay for me to go? And they said, yeah, go for your life. You know, they let me do whatever I wanted to do. And I went to Australia. That's how my apprenticeship started. Then, I went to so many places, Singapore, like Malaysia, South Korea, China, and some of the European countries as well. And I travel around being a jockey.
How old were you when you went to, as you put it, Australia? I like that, the Japanese version of it. How old were you?
I was 15 years old when I first went to Australia.
Right. So you and Delphine have two things in common. Because Delphine, I think your family did not have a racing background, a racing history. You were also very young when you decided that this was your route in the world. What attracted you to racing?
I was 13 years when I started my school, and I looking for the job where I could ride horses. I was passionate about the horses and the speed. I understood during my schooling that his job was dominated by men.
Has that changed?
Excuse me, because my English is not very well, because I do my career all my life in French.
Bah, quand même, ça a changé alors. Has it changed?
No.
No. Okay. A very frank answer. Let me ask you then, how difficult was it for you to establish yourself in racing at the time as a girl, really at 16, and then of course as a woman jockey?
For the woman, it is a strong just for be a jockey, because you need work very hard, the double for be someone. You need read the Paris Turf, lot of newspaper, and you need looking everybody, the career, and what the people do every day for progress every day. and I don't take a day off and work every day during my apprentice.
Well, over the best part of a 30-year career almost now, I think I should reiterate, you probably know anyway, that Delphine has ridden 705 winners now. I got that right, 705?
Yes.
And counting, and you've proved yourself without any question. But that fight for women goes on.
Can you help me?
Bah, oui, tu continues à lutter pour les femmes.
Yes, I continue, and last year I broken my leg in the 2020, 2 years ago. I broken my leg, and normally my career is finished because she's broken like you cut hair. But the God with me, and I working 3 months every day for my leg comeback. And 2023, last year, I do 80 winner, and I do alone because I call every day as a trainer, and I choose my horses. And I am happy at Paris because Jean-Pierre Colombou is a director from France Gallo, put the charge 2 kilos less, and now it is more easy for the woman because she have a lot of opportunity. It is more easy, can ride a lot of horses and have a choice for take one good. And it is more strong before because the 20 years before, it is not easy because the trainer don't come to you, but you need always work, ask for be strong and for have opportunity. And I have luck all my life because I found horses very easy. And I won a lot of Quintet with Patrick Nico, and my career is very easy. The three first year, and after I have accident like my friend, but more strong. It is tetraplegia, like you no move the hand and the leg.
Tetraplegic, yeah.
Yes, I have a 20 year when it happened. And I don't know, my mother take my picture as a girl, and a miracle. And I walk 10 days after in the hospital.
Wow, but you're still going strong,
Ouais.
You continue riding.
Yes, I work a lot. 1 year after, because I have a lot of fun, 100 letters. A lot of call, a lot of flower in my room. Impossible, I go... normally you take off the flower in the outside the room, but là it is too much, and the people work here leave the flower because it is too much, and it give me strong. And 1 year after, I take off the iron of my friend in the back. I take off, open, and for come back, and I work a lot and call the trainer different, and after I win a race. I won a racing and work strong for come back every day for won a lot of Quintet. It is my favorite racing. It is race with a lot of play, and everybody look in the TV. It is a lot mediatic racing in France, the most mediatic racing.
Yeah, the highest profile, effectively.
Yes.
So you have actually quite a lot in common, the two of you, and we've talked about injuries there, but also you're both widely travelled as jockeys. Tell me, Joe, a little bit about that side of your life, because initially, to take that trip out to Australia, coming from here, having had your heart set on riding in Japan, must have created huge numbers of challenges. And how open, how welcoming did you find another jurisdiction?
Yes, so, when I was based in Australia, I always, wanted to get good opportunities. I was looking at someone like Zach Barton or Huey Bowman. They go to places like Hong Kong or lied in Dubai, Lawyer Ascot, these places, and I always, looking at them, I always wanted to achieve bigger races, bigger goals, and my final goal was want to be a JRA jockey, but there weren't too many foreign jockeys to go into JRA. It's only Christophe Lemaire and Americo De Muro was successfully going to JRA, but the door is very, it's not open, and I had to try 6 times, and I had to study the law of races. I have to show the stewards, Japanese stewards, that the integrity. I had to get the reference of all the jurisdiction where I have written, the letters, everything I give to the JRA, and they finally accepted me, and that was back in 2019. So my dream finally came. If I think about, I was a kid, so it took me 25 years to get into JRA.
Well, when you were a kid, how much help did you feel you got from either the jurisdiction you were working in? Because you were young. Delphine was very young, and you're working almost as a freelancer very quickly. Did you have much support in those days?
Oh, in the younger part of my, yes. When I was an apprentice, I had a really good boss. His name, Noel Mayfield Smith. He was based just outside of Sydney, and he taught me a lot. He introduced me to some of the top trainers in Sydney, like Mrs. Gay Waterhouse, Mr. Guy Walter, and just let me started riding track work for them, and it just slowly started to get the opportunity to ride in races. And I had a support from Racing New South Wales, like apprentice program. I had a mentor, his name Malcolm Fitzgerald. He was an ex-jockey, and he come to me on the race days or the track work morning, and when I talk in front of the owners, trainers, and collections, and before and after the race, then he will be next to me and come back to the jockey's room. He will tell me what kind of things you could have said, or he would give me some tips. Of course, watching race videos, and he would tell me technically you could have done this or done that. Plus, I can remember when I go into the steward's room, it is quite an intense place to go in, because whether you go in as a victim or the offender, whatever you say everything is recorded on the tapes, get into the transcription, and so you can be very intense as a young kid, but having someone like a good mentor next to me was really great help in my early part of the apprenticeship.
And it was good that the mentor was there.
Oh,
so
exactly.
However systematic or not it is, you need to find a mentor. This was not your first injury.
No.
It's obviously not. And I just wonder, over the years in which you were racing, and you picked up injuries here and there, how well were you cared for at the racecourse? Is there more that can be done for jockeys at the moment you have an accident, an injury?
Yeah, every jurisdiction I have ridden, they're all different. So, some places has a good sports system and some are still not. So talk about Australia, like if you have a fall in the race, the ambulance is always stationed at the race course, whether it's a big meeting or a small meeting, or sometimes a helicopter would come in the serious case. When we talk about Japan, I talked to one of the staff member in JRA, and there are a sergeant and neurosurgeon stationed on every Saturday and Sunday racing. Right. So in case the jockey fall, get unconscious, the neurosurgeon to have a look, and if in the worst case, it could send to the hospital to get a CT scan, and have to be, wait for 48 hours under the observations. And, Japanese JRA is quite well, they take care of the jockeys quite well. I talked to Mr. Yang, he works for Hong Kong Jockey Club, and the Hong Kong style of taking care of the injured jockeys is quite good as well, not just on race days, but the track work in the morning, the barrier trials, and in the afternoon when the stable hands take care of the horses, the ambulance or the doctor's station. So, these places are quite well, but when I talk about some of the country races, there is no doctor or ambulances stationed. So that means if the jockey gets seriously hurt, then you have the club have to ring up the ambulance, then find out the hospital. So I think,
there's a big disparity.
It is, and I want the safety comes at first for jockeys and people who work in the industry, because this year we had a really sad news. Kota Fujioka from JRA and Tsukamoto from Kochi Racing, they lost their lives during the race, have a fall, and that was a really heartbreaking time, and my thought will go on to the family, but I don't want to see this happening.
Of course, of course. Delphine, you have traveled a lot with your racing. Can you tell us about some of the differences that you have experienced between different countries and the way they manage their racing?
It is very well ride in the Japan because the jockey is fair play, and it is the organization is very well. All is very simple and fluid.
And in other countries?
I go to the Riyadh. Riyadh, it is very nice too, and the jockey are fair play too, and is very fluid too. And I go to Germany. I have go to Germany, and it is very strong with Stuart. Because if you help horses, because he turn not very well, and just you do one whip like that for equilibrate your horse, he can punish at you if you whip after more to 3 times. And it is very strong because when you can't give a black type at the horse, you need you have a pressure for do the job well, and when you have the steward is strong like that, you can do your job very well. It is sad.
Yeah, so the more international racing becomes, the more perhaps uniformity you need as jockeys in terms of the rules and the way that they're interpreted, which is, I think, is a very interesting point. Joe, let's cut to the quick for a moment, because you can't race anymore. We recognize that. And your recovery progress is long, and it will be probably limited, I think it's fair to say. So what sort of support do you have as a now retired, injured jockey coming from the racing industry?
Yeah, from the racing industry, JRA have a good like insurance system, so I don't I cannot walk. I have no sensations below my chest. So the JRA will look after me like forever, and give me a support. So which really helps me because I have a wife with 3 children, and I had some mortgage to pay. So it takes a lot of financial pressure out of my way.
And obviously that must help a lot. Does that also help you to move forward? I mean, I asked you earlier, have you watched your accident before, and whether that would be a therapeutic or a damaging thing to do? I don't know. Obviously, you've got the comfort of some financial support. Have you got the psychological strength now to move on?
Yeah, to be honest, when I first got injured, I thought I'll be back walking again because the doctor said it is hard. You damage your spinal in quite a bad way, but the doctor gave me an option to have a stem cell treatment, which is a cutting-edge treatment. And I had a fall in Fukushima racecourse, and I took the plane to come to Sapporo and did that treatment. So I was hoping that stem cell would work for me. For the first 6 months of when I was in hospital, I tried so hard doing rehabs, hoping to get my sensation back, but it didn't. But I had to look more opportunities because when I was in hospital, I wasn't sure what my future is gonna be. I had no idea what I could do, opportunities. But looking at a YouTube channels or someone who has end up like me, update on their possibilities, and some a famous actor, his name Christopher Lever, he is acting for the Superman, and he had a fall from horse, and he damaged his spinal. So looking at these people was really inspiring me. And when I got out of the hospital, then started looking to the ways, and maybe that was a good timing because there was a COVID came, then everyone was sort of could work from away from the office. So if you can use a computer or you can use your phone effectively, then there is an opportunity. Maybe back 20 years ago, maybe people like me, what I could have done was very, very limited. But nowadays, it's everything about if you think about the ways what you can do, then more opportunities there.
Yeah, it's a very positive view on that. I'll ask you a little bit more about that in just a moment. But Delphine, can I ask you now, 705 winners, how difficult or how long did it take to win the respect of your peers, of the men you were racing against, of the authorities you were racing within? How long did it take you as a young woman jockey?
I have a lot of luck in my life because I feel in the right era with Olivier Pellier, Christophe Lemaire, Dominique Boeuf. It is a nice jockey, and it is a sport, and we do all the best for the horses, and for everybody is happy. After the racing, in Japan, we have a good moment. Now, last year, it is more difficult because I work a lot, and we want to do a record, and I won 80 racing, and it is more strong because the new generation to the jockey is very not bad, but not very happy about the other jockey. Only for us, for him, the jockey is very no for all, and no sport like in Japan. It is more strong ride in this moment in France. You can ride with jockey, you fall, là, do clac 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 for you gallop on the horses. It is not very easy in this moment in France because lot of pressure. All want to win a lot of racing, and we have a lot of jockey have agent. A fight for have a winner every day. He can ride 12 races per day and go every Boardroom every day. And you can. It is very strong in the moment in France because it is all day, every day, all racing. Too much pressure. A lot of jockey have a lot of pressure in this moment. Because he want win every day the maximum. It is like that. It is normal because I am the same in the same shape, but it is very strong because it is not a sport like 10 years ago.
So it's worse. C'est pire. A different generation.
Yes. The generation now, it is not the same. Là, I am happy I have a ride this week in the Japan because it is like 10 years ago with Olivier Pellier, and it is a good moment. Ride for your horse, you are concentrated, do the best. For your horse, do the best. And I am very happy right here because you can progress. Because you can ride like you want for the horse, and the trainer are sad after the race. No give, excuse me, I no give you a good horse. It is not like that in France.
Right, that's a very interesting perspective to hear. Joe, I'm going to ask you just really at the tail of this now. You talked about, in this digital age, this post-COVID age, there's more you can do, whether it's on a computer, etc. But you're traveling as well a bit. You have other roles and responsibilities within racing now, and part of that is about helping other jockeys to acclimatize, to adapt, and on their travels.
Yeah, sure. When Urban Bloom, I went to Australia to race, and won the Golden Eagle with Josh Power on board, but Yutaka Take was originally a jockey to ride the horse, and I was helping Yutaka Take to go to Australia, and after Urban Blumai's race, there was the biggest race in Australia, Melbourne Cup, so we were hoping Yutaka could ride the horse. Unfortunately, he had a fall a week before at Tokyo Racecourse. It didn't happen, but I was very fortunate that I was able to travel to Australia 2 times with Urban Blumai. Last year, I also went to South Korea for the South Korean Cup and Sprint. December, I went to Hong Kong International. And I have been getting around a lot, and I hope all the experiences I had in my jockey's life could help the Japanese jockeys, or maybe the people from overseas would come for maybe 3 months contract in Japan, and if I could help them, it would be a really satisfied job for me.
And with your considerable language skills, I have to say, your English is just fantastic. That also is a very valuable qualification now, effectively.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, congratulations to you for that. Ladies and gentlemen, I think it's a fascinating discussion to be able to have with 2 true champions of racing from very different perspectives. So, Delphine, Joe, thank you both so much for joining us here on the stage. Thank you.
Yeah, thanks for having me here.
Thank you.